Use electronic and print media. They use everything to promote dirty propaganda. So they take advantage of that and they spread their own dirty propaganda to outpower us, to outsmart us, to dirty us around the world. So investors cannot come here because you want to come. They'll be afraid. That's their intention, not to allow investors to come. So they do all kinds of things to destroy this government image. That's what I know. Because this government cannot involve itself in killing people and killing people. President Joshua, when he became president, he opened a church.
In more recent time, and just over the weekend, Ambassador Joseph Boakai made a statement that people shouldn't take men's job and give it to boys. He's a boy taking over a man's task in the presidency. What do you make of that?
Two things I want to say. That statement doesn't go well with me. If Mr. Weir is a boy, then I think he's a good boy. Because Joseph Boakai, former Vice President Boakai, dropped in his heart. He collapsed, almost died. It is that boy, because George Weir, who ran there, pick him up, charter a plane to fly him abroad for open heart surgery that made him to live today with pacemaker battery. He's a battery total right now. So the battery is controlled by the white man who gave it in a medical center where he was flown to. So maybe he's not well to speak the way he's speaking. He's not well. He's using battery. It's not normal. A man who is using battery and a man who has a natural eye, compare the two. So Joseph Boakai, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boakai, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boakai, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. How many million people voted that boy? So many millions. Look at this boy and elected him. Maybe you call Joseph, George Weir boy because of the age, because Joseph Boakai is over 70 and this boy is about 50 something. So when you say boy, well, that's it. But boy in the sense of immaturity, no. George Weir is mature. He's mature. That's why he told Joseph Boakai on the ground where he collapsed to fly him abroad for medical checkup, for medical heart surgery. That's what made him to live today. I think Joseph Boakai, in conclusion, should be very grateful to that boy who flew him out of the country for open heart surgery that make him to live today. But the way Joseph Boakai speaks, the way he acts, he is one of the 9 ungrateful lepers. The fact is, you could have ignored you, but he did not. He saved this old man. But what the old man is returning is ungratefulness. Call this president boy. You call the whole Liberian president boy, then you old man, you told him battery around here. But I cannot look at a battery man and elect you because any minute you could collapse. But you already say you want to be president and we know your record. You're on the time bomb, on the borderline.
Just sitting and laughing and reading the comment section. John Balu said the reason why he's in this is to save the state. Save Liberia. But Senator Balu was senator when in his county, 5 wonderful Liberians gruesomely murdered. Their bodies were mutilated. He didn't say anything. A colleague who was then a senator, whose name is enshrined in the TRC report, whose testimony you can find everywhere, that allegedly carried out a massacre on the Kavala River, became a senator from in jail. He came from jail. That case died in Maryland. Senator Balu was senator. Senator Balu was senator when Kid Juba was killed. Senator Balu was senator when the Fula man was beheaded in River G. Senator Balu was senator when the 17 young men were killed between Lower Magidi and Grand Bassa County. Senator Balu was senator when one of the people who funding all of his effort was giving Intergenet Hosmer money and squash car to love it for him to move on traveling ban and access free. But today, we say he wants to save save the country. Senator Balu was senator when Bridgeway from London came to do prospect in Liberia. Senator Balu then got vehicle and money.
Balu la Brian Villa Senator.
He thought of saving Liberia then. You know, sometimes some people sit on a particular platform, and this is the reason why the argument is going to get big this few times. Because look,
I don't think I can do this. It's against my faith. I don't want to do it.
Agostina,
Yeah.
you can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. If you talk to somebody and they say, oh, because I'm bored, don't do it. Don't put me in any situation I can handle.
I don't talk to anybody, boss.
No, okay, you ain't got to do it. What you do for me? Let's just go to the lady tomorrow morning. We'll see her. That's all. You ain't got to do anything. Yeah?
Yeah, for what now?
Agostina, don't put me in any situation I can handle. Where you at?
At the station.
All right, I'll come in for you after the so we'll see her, yeah?
To do what now?
Not doing anything. We'll just go and see her.
I'm not planning to do it. I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, then it will not be for me.
It's not a job budget. And somebody come and stand in front of me and say, Representative Grace misleading the public. There's a disservice to you, and you must hold their feet to the fire because some of you voted for these thieves. Okay? The House Governor is a thief. It's a thief. I'm telling you, it's a thief. Anybody who lie on what you told, he had checked here. We published no checks before. He denied a signature on those checks. Before 2020 campaign. He's a common criminal. I'm saying that to you. He's a common criminal. That's the budget you voted for. He's a criminal because he lied at $3.6 million is not in the budget. He can't take me anywhere. I defy him. That's a criminal. No, I'm not angry. I'm being forceful. I'm being intellectual. I'm providing facts. No, I said something I didn't mention him, so they don't know I'm a menace. He has no integrity in life or integrity. He's in the crisis of integrity. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. He's not only fake. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. I say he's a criminal. He's a thief. To take up for the $5,000 car in the budget to vote for it, not just to vote for it. And you didn't inform the people because say everything you will inform the people. You won't work for that. And he didn't say anything about it. Okay, the pastor he vote. But why he didn't say it? Why he didn't say he voted for it? The records are there, Lord. Gentlemen. Senator Delon should be treated as a common criminal for lying to the public that there's no $3.6 million in the budget. Okay, and they said they didn't want it. Why they place it? There's $3.6 million. The money here. The thing is in the budget. There's the final budget. So like they don't tell you when they took it all. They said what they put it. I bet one question is when they took it up. Can you show us where you put your share? That's the question. If they answer that question, come back to me.
We now go over to Robert Tier of the Unity Party.
Yeah, everything I do, we must first tell the thing to the people.
That's what I'm saying.
We've been doing that with people cleaning the champagne in our various communities. So, in social science, said, go to people and ask them what they name. And so you posing them to say, I name this. But if you ask your people, what you carry to them? So before I ask them what they name and what they name, we're taking them to them.
Your three major priorities.
Right now, it is local. Yeah, I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. Okay. The second thing is that we want the boroughs autonomous.
The boroughs what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some of the things we have to consider because we talk about autonomous. That means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things that you do in the borough. And if you are autonomous and you have everything to do, and if you look at the men are young people graduated from college in the district. Right now, the first thing we embarked was to have a reconciliation regional meeting all of the communities.
So Tia, at what level were you teaching? Was it elementary, junior high, or senior high?
We're teaching elementary divisions.
Oh, okay.
Elementary division. And we're credible, we are more accessible, and we're development oriented. So
hello, Robert B. Tier is a librarian. After our graduation from the elementary school, we keep the Murray Road to attend the junior high school, the Pastor Junior High School, and from there we went to Central High and we graduated 1998. I'm a teacher in professions. Robert Tier is one of the daughter's sons. Robert Tier is one of the credible sons. Robert Tier is here to be a chairman of the district. Robert Tier is a public servant. I always work at the National Security Agency. We keep my son in power.
Today happens to be one of my most exciting days since November 17, 2023. Again, I repeat this. Today happens to be one of my happiest days since November 17, 2023. You know why? We are gradually pushing towards inauguration of the new government. Oh yes, happy pre-new government to you. Yeah. Too many things happening. We hope this case will not be like in the case of Jesus Christ. Of course, you know the very people that sang Lord, Lord, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest, where the same ones are saying, oh God, saying, oh, let's crucify him. Let's crucify him. My goodness. Good morning to you folks. It's 12 minutes up to 8 o'clock right here. Good morning to another edition of the program. This is the final edition of this program. Of my edition, let me say that way, under a George Weah presidency. Oh my goodness. So the very next time I sit here, we'll be ushering in, or at that time will be a week in the Unity Party government. So whatsoever the case is, let's adjust ourselves so that we don't get surprised by things that will happen. You know, I told people, I said from the outcome of the election, I got myself adjusted and prepared psychologically to face anything that will come my way. That's why you should do. So you can't start complaining early. Because I told people, I say, the very people that will start bringing problem to this government or the incoming government will be people who have the high expectations. People who believe that because you voted for him, you have to get jobs. You have to receive bags of rice. You have to get paid for your vote. These are the people who will get frustrated. But if you voted based on your thought that, oh yes, this person is the right person, I don't necessarily have to benefit anything personal. But once my country, once the atmosphere can be created to live peacefully, yes, then I think we are getting somewhere. Too many things, like I said, happening again today. I'm frustrated to dive into Nimba again. My own county. It's sometimes, I don't know. That country that we love so very dearly is just sad and sickening to see people using influence, political powers and things to bring down the image of our country. So we'll be discussing some issues around that country this morning. I am being told reliably, documentary evidence, video footages are in my possession showing that an attack was carried out on the interlock operation vehicle there in the county. I'm being told by one of my media colleagues, if not more, that live bullets were shot there at workers of the interlock. And I'm also being told that it is being facilitated or sponsored by two hurricanes of the county. And these are issues that we are going to be diving in this morning. So the name is Hagar. We're taking a short break to acknowledge Crime Stoppers Liberia. When we come back, trust me, we'll dive into our conversation here up to 9 o'clock, at which time I link up control to ELBC to relay the joint transitional team press conference or media engagement there today. Yes, too many things to talk about. These are breakfast lineup for you today up to 10 o'clock this morning, at which time I take my ears to the RT and bid you farewell to Weah's presidency.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. That they can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see I don't keep it, you my part to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Many thanks for joining us here. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Friday's edition of the program, the Freedom Morning Rush, right here. And of course, as usual, my name is Hey Guy here on this final presentation, this final Friday's presentation under the CDC government. It's quite an interesting day for me because at least I'm one person who always believed that it is time, since Liberians have made their decision, it's time that we give President William a chance to go and have some rest. Imagine receiving insults for no reason for 6 years and not being able to react, not being able to take some decisions that if you were in private life, you would have taken. People tarnish your reputation. People say things about you. Yes, but because you were at the helm of power, you could not do anything. So it's better sometimes, man. Let him go and sit and rest. At least I'm one person who believes that he never got booted out because he failed the Liberian people. No, but he got booted out because the people themselves felt they don't need development, or they don't believe in the trend which he was taking by getting so involved into development. So the people want a bread and butter issue. So it's now incumbent on the incoming government now, as they come, because they've given the assurance to the people that yes, we can provide a bread and butter. So what we has done is he has opened the minds of Liberians on development, and you too have promised that you can give them development along with the bread and butter. So the challenge is on you now to provide the bread and butter while at the same time undertaking development initiatives. So that is one thing. That is why, as for me, I believe that this incoming government got too many things to prove to the Liberian people, because we don't expect that people will die, whether true or normal means. People will die. Maybe people will die on the street. We will not find body on the street. Yes, because you said it happened before, and you said the government was responsible. No government officials for the next 6 years will die or should die. So because when it happened, then probably that government official had documents against the government that the government killed him for. So these are things that you made Liberians to believe. So when the street is dirty, it means that the government dirty in the street. When I cannot find food to eat to my house, whether I am not working every day, I sit into my house. So once I can find food to my house to eat, it's because the government is not providing the food for me. So all of these things, all of these things are things that we can consider. So yes, it's a huge tax, and it's a huge tax. That's what I can see here from the from my end here. Like I said earlier, people who voted the incoming government should, like they said, limit your expectation, because I saw these things. I saw people cleaning the streets, sweeping before the 2018 inauguration, and too many things. Yes, so we just have to sit and prepare ourselves. But adjust yourself this early so you can start getting disappointed so soon. Yeah, that what can happen sometimes when you go into a relationship and thinking that, oh, I go into that man because that man get money. Then you go there and things aren't working the way you thought. Then the relationship start facing any problem. So you have to brace yourself for the storm. I'm one person who always follow international media. So I believe that the things that are happening across this world cannot allow us or cannot allow Liberians to benefit from international community as it was doing before. International community during the course of the Ebola virus, we saw them giving donations, huge sum of money were coming to this country. But during the coronavirus, I can't remember whether more than 50 million came to the country as support to fight COVID-19. So all of these things, now we got war in Ukraine and Russia. We got war between Ukraine and Russia. We got issue between Gaza and of course Israel and Pakistan. All of these things, you're looking at them. We got an issue where we've been to. I've been watching international media. Lebanon too. Israel is trying to hit on Lebanon because of some disagreement and all of these things. So all of these things will not allow the world to be stable. So that is why you should brace yourself. Take for example, before during those days, we can normally see the attitude of children during those days cannot be compared to the attitudes of children nowadays. Why? Because during those days, the lifestyle that people live, to just see a lady who is dressed indecently and get on the street, I don't know, but I've not heard about it from my parents. The only thing they would tell us is they were under restriction. They would tell you things that that their parents did to them to ensure that they get a better life. But nowadays, our sisters, we ourselves as guys or men, we can live very young and start to put up our own attitude. You see a young guy who believes that the only way that he can, maybe the only way that he will show to the world that he's a classical young guy is to hang the trouser beneath his butt. So all of these things were things that did not happen before, but it is happening now. So should we say it is the government that is doing this? No. So brace yourself for the storm. Let's get ready to engage. Wear your boots. Take everything you can take. Let's prepare to engage the next 6 years. Whatever way it is, when you get it good on that day, tell God thank you. But don't always expect that every day will be you will receive milk and honey. So yes, that is it. With that being said, I'm again touched, like I said, to speak about issues in Nimba. For every time that I sit here, just to inform you quickly, today the recount process in District 4 Nimba County is expected to kick off. Yes, so in that county, the recount process. Oh my God, this call. Let's go for this.
There are crowds in many places.
Yeah, sorry, we have to do that. Yeah, because we got a program to relay later on. So yes, I'll be trying to get some people in queue and do other things. So yeah, so like I said, it's always frustrating when I sit and we were talking about the recount process in District 4 is expected now. I don't know whether it has started. I hope I can speak with somebody from there. The recount process has started or is expected to start today in District 4. 25 of the 30 polling places. And so Honorable Cargon and I know Ernest Marcin, yes, will know today or beginning today, we get to understand the clear picture of what happened during the October 10 elections in that part of the county or the country. So with that being said, it's always frustrating for me when I sit here and talk about my own county, my beloved county Nimba, and not talking in the positive or not talking about the positives, but always the negative. I'm one person who always get disappointed when I hear about Liberia as a country negatively in the negative image of the country being portrayed to the outside world. I always feel discouraged. I always feel hurt. So the same thing with Nimba. The same way we put Liberia business, we can see the Lone Star forever or Lone Star is playing any other country. We commit ourselves, though we know that at times that these the country that Liberia will be playing or is playing, Liberia can win, but we go there with the passion and the love for the country. So it's the same way that some of us, despite all of these things, we put ourselves on the line, we fight for the image of our country. Even at the country meet, we do all of these things because of the love that we got for the country. But when it reached to a point where few individuals would believe that they have the country, they control over 1 million human beings, then I think it is something that we have to sometimes take up our time to checkmate their movement and checkmate their decisions, so that you, the public, can look at these things and judge for yourself. Where are we, and know who are the problems for our country? You know, I was called by a couple of media practitioners in Nimba County, Sunny Kode to be specific, on late Monday afternoon. And the call basically was about a shooting incident that took place in Zor Tapa in Nimba County, between Sunny Kode and Yekipa. Yes, it's between there that we have the Zor Tapa end. And my colleagues informed me that the action was carried out allegedly by few groups of individuals who believe that their father, their parents are the ones that own Nimba. Their political leaders are the ones that own Nimba. So they got themselves or together to go and attack the operation of a company that was subcontracted by Asila Meta. Asila Meta has gotten a license from the government. Like I sat here the last time, I told you about the issue of the issue involving the government, Meta, and of course the citizens of Nimba, specifically the Zor and the Zorowi end, because of their perception and belief and thoughts that the mountain that the government gave to Survey to carry out exploration on, the mountain was quote unquote sold by the company's CEO, which, like I said the other day, it even doesn't make sense to me, because that mountain, all those mountains in the county are not the personal property of any individual. And no one, whether you got MDA or you got operation license to work to work on that mountain for 50 years, 1,000 years, you still don't own that mountain. You don't have the right at any time to unilaterally take decision in giving out that mountain. But the citizens being influenced by some group of people who believe that the country belongs to them, they will sit always and want to cause problems for people who want to contribute to the human capacity building of the country, only because they too believe that they should be there. So the guys had to put themselves together. The Pius Dolo, the Grace Barry, and the likes of others in the country had to put themselves together and attack the company's Figo. And I hope I can really share the pictures and videos that I got from over there. I can share with you this morning on the live. I hope Kuzo can really come here to help me. So there are videos and pictures and things from the county that is very terrible. You see that the vehicle being used by Interlock, is subcontracting company to Meta. The vehicle was attacked by those individuals. And even what really caught my attention in this is, you know, since the course of the election, I've been receiving information from that country that the entire security sector in that country, let's be specific, in that country, in Nimba, has been compromised, and they have shown that clearly. What really caught my attention is one of the lead campaigner, or the lead campaigner, because he can receive the funding and support from the people who are encouraging him to do it, or encouraging them to carry out the attitude they carry out. They will go and receive money and come and use the citizens to push them against people. So the guys were being accused of shooting the vehicles belonging to Interlock. Now, the police went on the scene to arrest the situation. You went on the scene and then you receive receive phone call, quote unquote, from higher up, asking you not to arrest any of the perpetrators, but instead you should dialogue with them. So I think it is time that the police commander or the police commander in that Nimba County come up to tell us who is the higher up that mandated him not to arrest the people, but instead he should dialogue with them. So it's almost like I leave from here and go and perpetrate violence outside there. Then because I feel I got connection and contact, then my contact call now and telling the person who should be implementing the law, telling them, say, don't arrest that man, but instead you beg the man and you tell sorry for what happened. How is that possible? So that statement, when I received it, I found it difficult to understand until I saw a picture of the police commander in Nimba in a picture with the lead perpetrator, the accused. The guy who has been accused for allegedly or putting people together to carry out the act, the police is in a selfie with the guy. And the police is saying, oh, I can't do this because I have to protect my jobs. Who gave you the jobs? Are you there because of are you serving the people, or you are serving the 150 or the 200 or 300 that you can receive? You see, why when I sat here the last time I said our country, the system that we've built is the one that is haunting us. It is not an individual. You see what it is like? You went to maybe a police academy, got trained. I listened yesterday to Patrick Suru, the police inspector general, encouraging those ones that came out yesterday to go and serve their country. No, they are not going to serve their country, Honorable Suru. They are not. Those people, no matter what you say to them, even if there was a way that you can open their score and put what you said and put it on paper and shop it there, it will never still work. Some of those guys go in because they feel that they saw one fine guy in the community, and when they dress up in police uniform clean, they approach the guy will agree. Some of those guys go in there because they feel Hagar did something to them, maybe one way or the other. Hagar insulted somebody or insulted that person, so he has gone down to join the police so that he can pay back. Some has gone there now to because they can see somebody, maybe a police officer that is living with them in their community. The police officer, when he coming from work, because they can go and harass the marketers in Ominga and the various markets, they can come home with chicken feed, come home with everything that they're supposed to use to cook. They can harass the people and take all of those things from them. So they don't buy it, and they will go and harass the people. They get those things and they carry to their house. How they living. So that other guy too tired paying, that guy tired giving full money to your house. So instead, he won't get the opportunity to go and start harassing marketers too, and getting chicken feed, getting pepper, getting boning, getting everything that he need to cook and carry to his house. So that is the reason you see some of them were rushing to say that they want to get recruited to be a part of the police. But those people are not going with the heart to serve their country. None of them going over there with the passion. The issue of passion in our country, we've gotten rid of that long. We don't go into profession these days in our country because of the passion to serve. The police don't go there because of the passion. That is why you will see people who will be shooting at people, threatening the lives of people, and those guys and those police who should be implementing that will sit and be serving those guys in the walls of Austin Kawa and be serving them milk and honey. So what is the deterrence that is being set? Pius Dolo is being accused of masterminding citizens or putting people together to attack the operational vehicles of Interlock. Pius is being accused of cutting trees. The videos and things are here. He's been accused of cutting down trees and putting people together and cutting down trees and placing them on the road. But now, Pius, who should be arrested and brought for questioning? Pius is being served milk and honey by the police director in Ganta, let's say in Nimba, the police commander in Nimba. So what's the deterrent? What are you leaving that somebody will look at tomorrow and say, this person did this, it was wrong, and they got punished for this? So that is why some of us start with say the issue of this election, the just ended election, Those guys you saw coming, those guys were coming with something very personal. The guys were coming to ensure that they pay back. The guys were coming, in the words of the incoming president, the opportunities that they squander. The money they were making before that they never built houses, but they instead used it on girls, children, on young girls. They were coming now. They've learned from the ones who work in the CDC, who use their cash to build their homes, build houses and things, build business centers and things. They've learned from them. So they are coming now to get theirs back and go and do similar thing that is being done by the people from the CDC. So I told somebody, I said we should expect more construction works between now to 2029. Because the guys, the first opportunity I was giving them, they use it to womanize, they use it to socialize and things, but now they are coming because they've learned from the young ones who worked in the CDC. So the police is serving a guy or people who were accused of shooting at a company's operation vehicle. The police is serving them milk and honey in Nimba. So you see where our country is heading? And you will listen to people who will say, we don't want to see interlock workers on that road. If we see them there, we will shoot at them. And be told that somebody from the office of the Senator Prince Johnson, I know one booyah. The guy from the office of the senator is her accused of threatening people and say, if we see you there, we will shoot. In less than a week, we see people shooting at people who were going to find their daily meals, people who were going to hustle for themselves to be able to live a better life tomorrow. So you see where we're heading? Because I feel I got connection in the government, I will go and misbehave. And I told somebody last night, my mother and I were lecturing on something, and I told her, I said, Mom, the reason you see people will always violate laws and regulation or protocols of any institution or country is because they believe that they got contacts that they can use. I ain't get nothing, I ain't get nobody behind me. I don't get nothing to go to court. You really think I'm able to, with my own right mind, you think I'm really able to violate anything that I know will punish me wrongly, that will give me harsh punishment, because I don't have somebody to call and talk for me. So I will not get myself involved into this. But people who you will see misbehaving are people who believe that they got contacts. And those people who they call contacts are not telling them the wrong thing that they're doing. You know, I got a brother. One of my brothers is always involved into making troubles and things. And first, when he called me, I would try to talk to people who he were getting in trouble with and other things, talk to them, calm them down, and ensure that they forgive him. But it came a time I noticed that he was riding on that to just go and misbehave anywhere he go and do things. And because he believed that I got my brother, I will call my brother, he will talk for me. So he go and misbehave. On one of these occasions, I walked to him. He was at the police station. I walked there. When I asked the police explained to me his attitude. I asked him. He could not say anything contrary from what the police told me. I told him, I said, you punish the man the right way. You think you can punish him? And I walk out of there. He told phone, he called my mother. She called me. I explained the same thing to her. And I walked out of there. And the police, he had to bear the punishment for that. So from that day to today, he don't call me to tell me, say, oh, the only time you see he call my number is when people are willfully infringing on his right. So at that point now is when I expect that you should call me. But now when you think that you got somebody who will go and talk for you, then you misbehave. So I should go and talk for you. No. We should start making people to think like, yes, because of my connection, I can do anything and go free. You heard somebody sitting and making statements, threatening the lives of people, threatening the operation of people. You know, we sit in the country and every day we cry for we cry for companies and things who want to work. Yeah, everybody. I listen. One time, I rode with a very old papi, I should say, an old man who said he wanted to buy a car. I think in one second-hand car, he even showed me the vehicle. He wanted to buy this vehicle, but then his problem now was that thank God that the government, let's say thank God that Bwaka has won. So yeah, I believe he's somebody who so believe in Bwaka's leadership. So he was telling me that no, there is no need again for him to buy that vehicle, because he believed that companies are coming, or companies will come. Now it is time, because Bwaka is the president or will be the president, companies will come. So he will start to work. So there is no need now for him to get car to say he's doing round time. So Liberians got a high expectation that companies will come, investors will come to contribute to the growth and development of our economy. But now, why in that there are people who are using their powers and connection in government to undermine the very thought of Liberians. So I'm here now thinking that with the election of Bwaka, things will get better, companies will come, investors will come, and I will get a good job. But now people are being paid by people to carry out crimes against people, the very people we call investor. Meta is one of the highest contributor to our revenue generation in this country. And this is the Meta that is being fought. And the government is sitting and saying nothing about it. And the incoming government, I can say for a fact, I don't even trust that they will say anything towards that, because from my understanding, the United Party government through Honorable Koo and Prince Johnson received money from Ibrahim Mahama, the son of former Ghanaian President John Mahama, and the guy is saying he got interest in the country's mining sector. So because of that, he facilitated the United Party campaign through Senator Prince Johnson and Jeremiah Koo. And today, the guy will want to pay him back. So because of that, they fighting Meta. They don't want for Meta to take ownership of that mountain, because that the mountain they've promised to give the guy. So if it comes to whether things or something will be done under the United Party government, is something that I'm yet to think of. The real thing is possible, because those guys have made commitment. They've gotten the guy 3 million or 2 million US to facilitate their campaign. They've used the money. So their commitment now is to pay the man back. The man gave you money, you promise him that when you win, you will ensure that he gets stake in the mining sector. You have won. He gave you money, you've won. So you have to pay him back. So they are doing these things, using the young people to go against companies that are operating on that mountain, because they want the company to because of violence, the company will shy away, the company will leave the place in fear of their lives. They will leave. And then now they will bring in their own people to take charge of the mountain. You see where we are heading? Some of these things we said them before, people felt like, oh, we were getting things from our government, we were doing things from people were giving us things, so we could not say anything contrary from what we were saying. But the real thing, that's why I told you this morning, I'm one of the happiest men, because we are is about to give chance now to the Messiah that we've preached about, the Messiah that we've heard about, the Messiah that we so much believe in, and the Messiah is coming to take over with his disciples. I might believe in the Messiah, but the disciples, no, I don't believe in them. I can say for a fact. Because if you are thinking of Senator Prince Johnson to think that writing will be done in Nimba, that's a lie. This is a Senator Johnson who, because of the failure of the government to give him cash personally, to give him money that should be for the county, the refusal of the government to give it to him personally to take care of his university, to ensure that they allot funds for his university. This is a Senator Johnson that left the CDC today. You heard him saying all of the worst things about Joshua after he recognized that Bwaka was living on battery. Bwaka is living on battery. Bwaka is sick. He can't be president for this country. He said all of those things. There's a very senator who, even before the 2020 May 10 election, he called Senator Koo a very greedy man who was elected as representative. He did not say the attending to the conclusion. He ran to become senator. Yes, this is the same guy. This is the same senator. So if it is Senator Johnson that we're waiting for to ensure that writing is done in Nimba, then I'm telling you that's a blatant lie. Because everything about this senator that he has preached is because of his personal interest. He will go to people requesting money. Yeah. So now, because you ask the company, you ask those guys to give you something, they gave it to you, you're pushing people out. You see where we are heading to? And people like you, we sat with Toyo, but you felt like We were saying things to protect our earning. We were saying things to protect our jobs. This is where we are. And that's why I'm telling you, you start getting prepared, because the thing you're thinking, the thing is, many of you don't have the opportunity to sit with those very guys and hear from them, or sit with people around them and hear what they can tell you. If you know these things, if you had the opportunity to sit with them, you will have a different mind of what is going on. So now Ibrahim Mahama is waiting to be repaid, to be repaid for what the Senator Johnson and the Unity Party side, the Senator Kuhn and the Unity Party side of the bargaining now is what he's looking up to, because he has done his part. I will facilitate your campaign. I will give you 3 million, support your campaign, but I got stake in the country's mining sector. That is it. And we are also being told the Solway Swiss is facilitating this, because they felt like the way they wanted to hijack the company that was operating there, which is Solway, the way they wanted to hijack Solway, no, it can't happen again. Because they thought they were riding on somebody who is not inclined on these things, but they met up with resistance. And where they are, they know that they got no hope. So now they are using people who like money in the country. The leaders like want money so badly. They're using them now. They give them the money. The leaders who give it to people who they trust. Then the people go and misbehave. And these are things that will never encourage any investor to come to this country. The first thing was about the fear of peace or instability. People had fear that this country was not really stable peacefully to get involved into investment in this country. But the attitudes and conduct of President Weah has proven to them that Liberians are committed to maintaining the peace of the country. So now they've gotten encouraged. But now again, the action of citizens to attack companies that should be contributing or that are contributing to revenue generation, the action of those citizens and being influenced by leaders of local counties, these are things that will not encourage any investor to come to this country. So yeah, get prepared again. That's another one. So instead of leaders going now to bring the people together and say, oh, what's going on? How can we handle this? No. So Hagar will sit and willfully insult people, make statements, beat on people, because if he got power, he can call somebody who will talk for him. So you see where we are heading? You see where we are heading to? And the terrible thing about this entire thing now is the Zotapa guys who are picking up arms and shooting at companies' operation vehicle. They are about to meet up with resistance. And that is what, for me, I don't want. That's why you always see me sitting and speaking about issues like this to call the attention of national government through state securities. So the guys are about to borrow resistance from the other community that believe that no, we are not part of this, and the guys are doing these things based on their own volition. They are doing these things without any communication to us as a community. So we are against this. And I'm receiving information from credible sources in that country that the guys too have thought to take up arms, to take up single barrels. So don't get surprised the day you hear that there was a serious clash in Nimba where gunfire. Don't be surprised. And I'm saying this, I hope it can call the attention of national government and the Liberian National Police and other security apparatus. If care is not taken in what to mitigate what is going on in Zotapa and Zolowi and other things, it will escalate to something very different and terrible. I'm saying this based on information I've got. I myself been in that county. You know, the good thing about it is when I go there, I just go there. None of them can even know that I'm in that county. I can travel all through Nimba without anybody. Even my own parents, my father that is living there, he can't even know that I'm in Nimba. Except I call him and tell him, say, I am in Nimba. So I can be there, they're doing their things, They don't even know, because I don't even go about making people know this is this. Why I don't even that. Man, not talking. I can do that. I can come to work and sit on radio and talk whole day. Then I expect that when I leave from here again, I go in community, I'll be talking, showing off other things. No, that I mean. My own major talking I do it to work. You see me in real life, I appear that cool guy. Yeah, I'm cool. You will not know that this is the person. Oh, we can talk about this. We can hear about. No, I'm not that person. No. So I can leave and go to Nimba. I leave and go. I spend time there. I tour all of those places. I've been there. I tour them. If Kia is not taking in what is going on in Nimba, this is a test message that came from one community leader in that county, who himself has decided to put his own group of people together. In saying that we are not in the interest of what's happening in Nimba, especially Zotiapa. We are not in favor of that. We believe that the operation of Interlock is creating jobs opportunities for us, the young people, even though some of us are not directly benefiting, but they are creating jobs opportunity for our friends. And we all can sit together and share fun and know that the resources of our country or county is benefiting one of us. But the action of few groups of people to start to undermine the workings of people whom should be creating jobs for us is getting somehow, and we cannot take it any longer. And we are begging, as a media person, we are calling on you to ensure that you call national government attention. And if nothing is done, something else will happen, and we are prepared for anything. That is it. So you listen to it. That is it. These are messages. I can go on and on. People calling, people saying these things. It is terrible. You know, when the people believe that they don't have any hope, it's when they decide to do things at their own will. So if those guys who are against the operation of Interlock are doing things, and those guys who are in favor of Interlock are not getting any hope or redress from national government, who should be playing the twins model role, or stakeholders in the county who should be playing the twins model role, if those guys who are in favor of Interlock's operation are not getting redress from the from government or local county officials, then they themselves will get involved into reaction or retaliation. And that is what, for me, I will always say I don't want. Because for too long, the image and name of our country has been damaged and tarnished outside there. You go somewhere today, once you talk about, oh, I'm from Nimba, people say, oh, that people can kill president. Oh, that people can call president here. Oh, why people know us now to be violent group of people. Once you say I'm a Gio man, people start taking you to be a very violent person. People are afraid of you. So to the extent that you even see some Gio people who are Gio, we go, you ask you from Nimba, they say yes, I'm from Nimba. You wish try to tell you say Amano. They are Gio, but they will tell you say Amano. Because that's the perception we've given the public to make them believe that we the Gio people, we from Nimba, we are violent set of people. We are disgruntled kind of people. That's why the youth and sports minister called us hooligans. So you see there, we are exhibiting the action of hooligans. Some of us had issue when we were called that name during the county meet. But yes, it's clear. Because you can put group of people together and influence them with money and go and undermine the workings of a company that has paid tax and should be getting her benefit. So you stopping the company now from getting her benefit. So now if the government come back to ask the company for tax and the company is not able to give the tax, what do you expect? What do you expect? So people undermining the workings of companies that are doing their best, trying to do everything for the image of our country, or to ensure that yes, they can help to rebuild our country. I wish you can see this. This is those watching on the internet. That is the road that is being used by Interlock to go to her operation site, Montblé. This is the road. And the road there was blocked. The road there, the guys put fire on the road. You see it? They put the wood in the center of the road and put heavy fire on it. Again to another picture. This is the main road. A very heavy tree, very huge tree was cut down and placed right on the main road. You can see. So you see what's going on? The guys will go and cut the tree and put it on the road to prevent the company's operation. So this is the vehicle from the company, or the company's vehicle that was attacked. If you really seen this picture clear, this vehicle, the entire tire of the vehicle was defected. So you see it. They shot the vehicle's tire, and we will say in our common war, air moving the tire. You see it? This is the car. So now, these are people. Okay, these are the logs that were placed on the road, and you see people trying to get it off after police intervention. So I want to show you the picture where the police. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me show you this video. And after this video, I will show you the picture where the police commander, who should be ensuring that those perpetrators are brought to book. The police commander is doing selfie, smiling, enjoying himself with the guy, the lead campaigner. The guy is enjoying. The police is there smiling, laughing with the man. Two of them in picture. So you see, let me start this thing back. I hope you can hear it too. This is okay. These are the logs that were placed. The logs that were placed on the road. So you see what's going on in Nimba? So this is what's happening. And if care is not taken, something terrible will happen in that county. It might lead to the loss of lives, which we don't pray for. And let me look for the picture quickly where the police commander is doing selfie with the lead campaigner, or the guy who's been accused. So you see, in the black coat and the brown shirt, there is the lead campaigner, Pius Dodo. This is the guy who reportedly put people together, taking arms to go and attack the vehicle belonging to Interlock. I'll show you the vehicle, I'll show you the road. This is the guy who's behind the entire thing. He and the legs of the other people. So behind him is the police commander in the white. The guy you see smiling there is the police commander. So you see it? And I hope you're following on the internet. If you're really following on the internet, this is the guy, this is the perpetrator and the police commander in a selfie. The guy got questions to answer. He has not answered them to clarify the doubts of the public, but the police director, the police commander in the county is in a selfie. He's smiling. Two of them there is smiling. So how sure are we that even the police commander himself is not one of the facilitators of those actions? You see why it is like? Now, why when security forces take side is terrible for the growth and development of any institution or country. Because you'll be biased, and that is what the commander there in Nimba has started. And I hope, Colonel Patrick Suru, you got a couple of days now. I don't know whether the people will try to retain you, but you got a couple of days, or maybe I would say 2 days. And I hope you can find interest in this, and ensure that action is taken. The individuals involved can answer questions, because it happened in honor of Patrick Sudu's leadership at the Liberian National Police. It happened in honor of the very people that come in tomorrow, where they will try to deny these things, and they will put it on your head. They will say that Patrick Sudu police. So that's why you too should find interest in this. This is a patrol police. They will say the good thing, they will say, yeah, but the bad ones, like the one that happening in Nimba, where people going, misbehaving, attacking companies' operation vehicles, shooting at workers. And I'm told, even up to present, some of the workers of Interlock are missing in action. They are yet to be found. I don't know whether the company can confirm. The last time I spoke with the administrative manager of the company, he told me, yes, some of our workers are missing in action. We've not seen some of them. So these are things that are happening. This Nimba that we inherited from our foreparents is not a Nimba of a particular person or individual. It's not a Nimba for a particular group. This Nimba is for every one of us. Even people who are not from Nimba should have the right to leave from here once Nimba is formed within Liberia. People from other counties they have the right to leave from here and go to Nimba and make their business and get involved in the investment. And it was even sickening to hear some of those people working in the office of the senator, and even Senator Kuhn himself say, let's say Senator Prince Johnson himself say the administrative manager of the company is not from Nimba, so he should not be working. You see the kind of sickening thing that people like Senator Johnson, who we should be getting leadership ideas from. You see the kind of thing that they can be saying. People like him, who we call father, wanting to question the ability of a person to serve a company that is paying tax to the government, that you benefiting from. Your salary can come from that tax. The things you can receive, the brand that you receive, they can come from that tax. But you want to question the citizenship. The man are from Nimba, so the man should be from Nimba before you work in a company there. You see how sick and things people like some of the leaders who think, you see how they can behave. You see their thoughts and things. So once Bill Murphy is now a Gio, man, you're not speaking Gio. So Senator Johnson and his entire office say the men are from Nimba. So you see how sick they are. And all of these things is happening because I told people, I just sometimes regret why I found myself in the profession. It is a unique profession. I love it. I got passion for it. That's why I'm not going for what I'm earning. I'm going for the love for the profession. But when I sit and think why God brought me in Liberia, it becomes a problem. And I start to regret why I even thought to do media, to do journalism. Because in a most civilized war and environment, when media practitioners want to say, that's why things that we can sit here and say on the radio, especially the gullibility of our society, anything that people say on radio and say, people say, yes, that's the final. Some of our media colleagues have sold themselves, they've sold their soul, they've sold their integrity for what they can get. So you don't find them saying the rightful thing. So that was one thing that have even discouraged me from even practicing the profession. It has discouraged me very terribly from even practicing this profession because of the attitudes of some of those people who call themselves journalists. You sit and get induced with cash. You go and sit and say things against people without fights. Every time I come here, I sit on this radio and say things. These are things that I say and I say them with evidence. I just show you videos. I'll show you pictures of what I'm saying. And if you want to question or challenge it any further, let's go. There are recordings. But because normally for me, everything I do, once it comes to an issue like this, I always told people who bring me those info. Recording, not all recordings are admissible in court. So I like to deal with the videos and deal with the pictures, deal with the documents that got signatures. So if you hear me sitting and saying things, I don't just sit and talk loosely like people who will go and sit and receive 20 that thing and that from me. The first thing, even my own boss here, oh man, Samson, he got serious issue with me on that. I mean, every day when you see me, you can be telling me he got issue. That's his problem. I'm not one person who believe in every time taking phone and calling your boss or calling people begging. I'm not one of those people. If I work for you, you give me what I work for, I'm done. So I don't even believe in, because the thing is, those guys they will look at you, they give you $20, they give you $10, they give you $50. They're thinking that it is worth your integrity. Then you yourself, you accept it, you want it. So they go down, they say they're listening to you, you're insulting people, you're saying things against people with no evidence because they gave you $50. So you're defending the $50 they gave you. So you say things. You lose your integrity tomorrow after a person who got that investigative mind come up and investigate and know the actual story. Then you lose your integrity. But integrity, and I even issue in our country, people don't even care for that thing we call integrity. So you see where we are heading. So all of these things, if, like I said, I will close here by calling again on the Liberian National Police under the leadership of Colonel Patrick Sulu. The police in Nimba is already compromised. It's compromised in the interest of the Unity Party. It's compromised in the interest of Senator Jeremiah Kuhn. It's compromised in the interest of Senator Prince Johnson. In the interest of the incoming vice president, it's already compromised. You need an independent police investigation to be conducted in that situation that is going on in Nimba. And this program today, as always, all of our programs are on the internet. So this recording, this program, this presentation is being kept. And God forbid, in case of any eventuality from that country, I will reference what I'm saying here today. I'm here openly calling on the police to go and carry out investigation. And incoming President Boakai, you need to be very careful with the conduct of people like Senator Prince Johnson. That's why he did not see in a George Weah that led him to go the way he went. If he found it in you, you would think like you're benefiting because you will get the trust of Nimba, you will get the support of Nimba, but you will be setting a very bad legacy that will haunt you. It will haunt your children. It will haunt your great-grandchildren. So you need to be very careful with the conduct and workings of Senator Prince Johnson. He will use the power that he got, the relationship he got with you. He will use it to undermine your very existence. And tomorrow he will use it as reference and start making statements against you. Be careful. Be warned. A hint or what is quite sufficient. It's up to you to accept it. It's up to you to consider me as opposition. It's up to you to take it any way you want to take it. But that's my piece of advice to you and all Unity Party, all those stars of Unity Party. You be careful with those guys that are running. If you're not careful, some of you will question you about their conduct. You are saying this clearly. They say, okay, I will question you because they are your friends. Let me pick a few calls because we got our relay program coming up just under a couple of minutes, 14 minutes. So let's see, call 776-104-104. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning to the people listening to the broadcast this morning. My name is Joseph Fungali, and I call from the ground of the capital city. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I come from Nimba, my full 30 years from Nimba and district number 7. And somebody is so shameful to hear our country being on the wrong path of the family. Because we know Nimba is noted for being the one to take the life of a president, to cut the ear of a president. And Senator Johnson is not doing well for the people of Nimba country. But the people of Nimba country decide to go the way of Senator Johnson, giving 27 years to Senator Johnson. We have nothing in return to the country, so that one college that you can say that you basic for Nimba country. And when the outgoing president not saw the people of Nimba benefiting, but he won't serve Israel. He decided to work with the people of Nimba, not with the country, not working with him. That's how he went to Joe Biden. He said he has now for 5 months. Seeing that they think again, and the all phone, you are working for the places. You are being already benefiting from the people of Nimba, knowing that you don't come from Nimba. And then now you feel so happy to Nimba. That's ungrateful to the country that made you where it is today. You're too ungrateful. There were a lot of things that you did in the long run. You went to the upper hall and you are ascended to the second highest seat. What the country still to benefit from you? That's being ungrateful to the country. I want the people of Nimba will make that decision. Come to or do it fast or turn you can still make the difference to put our country only record. Thank you for affording the opportunity this morning.
Thank you, Rosetta. Let's speak this call. Morning.
Morning, Ega.
You're live. Go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
Thank you. My name is Washington Kwanlepa Swoop, and I call from Israel.
Go ahead, Washington.
Ega, you see, we have to be very careful in our country, or else President Prince Johnson will pull the Nimba into a serious problem. For example, like just any election, the way Prince Johnson did in our country, to the extent referring to President Weah as though if President Weah was not a dictator, the election margin was very small. You can rig our election and say again, Nimba is going to be a very serious problem. The Nimba should stop. Why won't you look at 27 years and give the one old man? What's wrong with the youth of Nimba? That kind of will be very, 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 very serious. I think that sometimes they go there to debate for the division of Nimba. I think Nimba will be divided. Prince Johnson and people go one side, then other people go one side on a very serious note. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead. Let's speak this one. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
My name is Wakazo Shahin J. This morning I'm joining you from Eastern Resident 8.4.
Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, big brother, I just want to thank you for the topic on the discussion. Brother, you know, wherever Prince Johnson is, you know, and seriously is that big brother, please, if you get nothing, but what I want to tell them, that thing they just do it in Nimba, but we the put in Mother Rock, for our own back with different. So to the United States government, to let him out, Johnson. You should not present a wicked man. People are again. For example, I can see community as the older man, he killed community, he killed community before they look at him. The Iran was because chairman, they made an way to the open, no way together. So for that, you be careful, man, and for we will like people watching them.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. Let's speak this call. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead.
This is Joe Marim Kakata.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, we up on the market. But you see, the Nimba should be very careful. People are going to respect the power of each other so much on the which you know it is so bad. Yeah, during this election time, but 14 year old, 16, 17 year old, forced to the article that to vote against the government. It's very bad. You can't use the power like that. The money should be very how women can get control. The whole country just like that. It's very bad for us. It's going to be all around here. See, 16-year-old forced to register, get to vote, to get that number. It's bad like that, man. It's very bad for me and for the market. It's bad.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let's speak this one from here. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
This is Omen Saint Campele.
Go ahead, Chief.
Family knowing a reminder.
Okay.
I'm surprised at Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson, if you were not thinking how to educate Liberians, who's one of the countries in the world that don't have factory? When we'll be educated, when we can manufacture, then we always our riches all raw. Then when we go, what God create us for? What God made us? So what our fellow men can do, we can't do it. Then we take our riches to be your own riches and then damage it. Look at Brazil. Who played Brazil today? The goalkeeper, player. He kept Brazil to what they are today. And Brazil can manufacture. Brazil don't have iron ore. They pour our iron ore from the world market. Then what you're thinking of?
Thank you. We have to leave it here because we got our OB relay coming up.
Hello?
Morning.
Yeah, morning. This is Dave Lapo.
Okay.
Yeah, let me say thank you for the show, my brother. But I don't think they should condemn the senators because the senators are doing it. That's strange. It's not strange at all. We stand out here, we allow the senators to just run over the country and we expect everything to come out of it. It's wrong. It's wrong. What this man has done, he will allow Nimba in the future that no other country will want to associate with Nimba. It is very serious. It is very serious. And I want to call on all Nimbanians that this thing that Prince Johnson is doing, that we're all sitting there and looking at him, it have the future consequence on us as people from Nimba. This is not a Nimba we know. This man has destroyed Nimba to the extent when you go anywhere, you have been labeled as killer. Whereas some of us have not been killing before. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly. 0776 104 104 0776 104 104 to be live here on the program right here. We are told that Ambassador Maswa Kimia is going to be speaking to the media with regards to the transition process on Monday. Let's go. Morning.
Yes. Good morning, sir.
You live. Go ahead.
This is Jan Kwano, and I'm calling from Kansas City.
Nyawavo. What else?
Okay.
Go ahead, my brother. Sorry to the audience.
But you know what I want to say to you?
Go ahead, my brother.
I want to commend you for your program this morning. That Senator Johnson did well. Now it's not there for rule, one day for master. When the rest of them sent to international food. Thank you very much.
All right, my brother. Thank you so kindly. You know, see that team playing time. You just vote man. I not vote man. I get a man another power. Then I say, "Oh, morning." Okay, let's pick this one. Morning.
Good morning.
You live. Go ahead.
Good morning.
You live. Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, my name is Romain. I'm calling from Mamba.
Romain, go ahead.
Yeah, you guys know it's very sad for us to discuss your kids, man. They won't come in discussing. But P. Johnson, we all know what P. Johnson did. If you see President around with election today, and because of P. Johnson and Jeremiah back when Unabaka can be very careful with the two cards, the 2 minutes. Yeah, really. You want to develop one person we are in Nimba country to see at the end of the day, the one tell the president we are not done nothing for him, when I gave vote to him, he said, you know, the CDC today came on Nimba country.
Thank you.
The woman said, well, I can be careful with the offense. So I have to say, we'll get taking
Thank you. We pray for that, man. When I'm playing with our president that morning. You live, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, my brother, for the opportunity for me. We all here from that country, but the way our own the country is somehow. But like your other brother said, there is one thing we can do. You know, there is this thing called democracy, and democracy is a normal game. We don't know how you are managed to get a game, but somehow we know that you are then manipulating. So being there manipulating and getting all what he's getting, we know one way forward, and that way is to get our own man honoring and send the criminal court. The one court, because he's a one criminal, someone who killed a president of one.
I talk about Bono in the paper. That's what I'm
saying. We will Bono him. The whole, that's what I have to do. We will Bono him. I'm seeing one from Nimba. I don't want to follow that home there. The same Nimba kind of thing. Depending on where you're getting, we're following and getting the criminal court.
Thank you, T1. Let's pick this one from right here. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You live. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say good morning to you. For me, the only time Nimba can't do is until Prince Johnson die. Because you go up, you come down. Even the following election, they will still vote Prince Johnson. So that's the only solution. Because nothing you can do to Prince Johnson. Nothing, absolutely. Except the old man go call him. That's the only way that can do it. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly. Let's pick this call from right here. Morning.
Good morning.
You live. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Let me say good morning to you, Hagar, my own brother, and thanks to the Freedom family for the brilliant work doing for the Liberian people, for the recognition of Poker Robert, and not only from my UN Dry and Push a Color community this morning.
Go ahead, my brother.
My brother, we have to consider of pay, and as a country that we are anticipating moving forward in the sense of progress, we have to set precedent. That thing people say not to have to Prince Johnson. Watch and see. Watch and see. A Prince Johnson is a demon god that nothing can happen to. Watch and see. They see the activity. They see teachers as the incoming government was preaching that they want sincerity, and through the sincerity they want the world and economic code to be brought to board. That people that have slaughtered, people that have committed atrocity in the country will be brought to board. Trust me, they were talking. But what I was not clear to call the international community, hold this incoming government feet to the fire, construct
Thank you, Poka. Thank you. Let's leave you at that. Morning.
Good morning, brother.
I'm okay. Your name and from where you join us?
Yeah, this is Nimba Dennis calling from Frigo.
Mr. Dennis, go ahead.
Brother, thank you for the topic of our discussion this morning. You see, we got to be very careful in that. You see, what Prince Johnson and Jeremiah were trying to do, my piece of advice to them, our grandfather decided to stay away from the presidency and they forced him to go lead ahead because they wanted him to become president. Okay, well, all right, we accept it. Today we are producing a president. But the protection of our president is lying in our hand. If anything happens, so it's on Omen Joseph Boakai, they will get a Lucia to be content with. We'll not take side with them. So whatsoever they do in the matter, they must be very careful of our Omen. That means our grandfather is in the list to have vast, a good grandchildren there. Put them on track.
Thank you.
So the protection of our president is in our hand.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you so kindly. Let's speak this one. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You live. Go ahead.
I'm Moses Kirtuba and I call from the United Wisdom Community.
Tuba, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to tell Nimalian that it is not late. The whole Nima County can come together, go to the capital building, tell the lawmaker that we don't want Prince Johnson no more. Because you put me and you can say destroy him.
Okay. That thing wet. The time people had never made use of it. I can't go. You're daydreaming. Let's pick this call. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's pick this one right here. Wow. The network. Yeah. So 0776 104 104. Let's pick this one. Good morning.
Thank you, Higa. Good morning to you. Good morning to your followers.
I'm okay. Your name and from where you join us?
So this is Hussein Kewu, and I phone in from around Jakarta. So I listened to you and I followed some of the conversation. But I want to respectfully disagree with you this morning as it relates to the exception you made about Prince Johnson.
Okay.
Now, we were here in 2017 when Prince Johnson was celebrated as the hero when he was supporting the CDC and other person we are. Citizens thought in themselves that Prince Johnson was a demagogue. All of us celebrated him. But today he has left the CDC and supported Ambassador Boakai. People is giving him different characterizations. Let us not be sycophants in our political thoughts. Now, let me say this for free. I didn't let my thought. I know you were coming, right? Now, Prince Johnson is one of those persons that have gained a lot of admiration for his people. Now, when you see the number of votes Prince Johnson got from Nimba County, it just tells you that the people still support him. And Prince Johnson knows that President Boakai was elected on the popular mandate of the people. He can't do anything to him because he knows that was the voice of the people they have spoken. So nobody should say Prince Johnson want to harm the president.
My conversation did not center around at any point in time talking about Senator Johnson doing something to the president elect.
No, I'm not saying you. Some of the callers. I listened to the previous caller. That's what he said.
Okay.
You understand? So we should guard it in the process. Brother, this country belongs to all of us. And let me say this. A president-elect have always said he would not give people a job on the basis of you being a Unity Party partisan. He said it's going to be a merit base. Even you there. So
my problem is you follow the conversation. People doing things in Nimba because they got connection and contacts with people like Senator Johnson, and nothing has been done. Probably the incoming president, when he's sworn in, he will not know these things, and we have to sit here and bring these things to his attention. That's what I'm doing, my brother. I'm not against anyone.
And I do appreciate, all of those things you said on the radio this morning. It is important because a president-elect will not know all of those things, so the journalists have to bring it up, then he can pick it up on there. That is not a bad thing. We appreciate it, right? So I hope we'll do it continuously in very good faith.
Thank you so kindly. This caller, you've been on the line for a very long time. Go ahead. Hello? Okay. Imagine a guy try and go on the line, but he don't want to make use of it. Hello? Morning, you live. Go ahead.
I'm Jim. We are from Logan Town.
Okay, go ahead from Logan Town.
The people of Nimba County, Prince Johnson, I want to tell them that God is so. Well, there are more punishment for them. Because the next election, they will still put Prince Johnson back. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. Cruzo and of course, morning. Cruzo have to come tell me here what we're doing here. Morning, go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me on your show.
Okay.
My name is Danishas Konen Suga, and I do join you right now from District 1 precisely from the Bentonville Parents.
Go ahead. You live, my brother. Go ahead.
Thank you. See, when comes when we are discussing about Nimba, this began as a historical issue where people live the way they want to live totally against the Constitution. We should also be looking at the living environment where you reside. You know, like
Wow. Your network is bad. So let me just leave it there. Pick this one.
Hello.
So we're making efforts to connect with yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Ruben Peters.
Okay.
Johnny from real life. Yeah. But why you go there now talking about Johnny now there? You go anybody who was like it's your taboo. Let me tell you today.
Is saying what?
Yes, even bad guy give Johnny, you are eating your taboo. So president to put one father and president is not a president, but one that is a president.
You are one of the six supporters of Senator Johnson because you don't even know the difference between what you say and what's the core of the conversation is. So that these are some of the irresponsible things that you will go and sit and say. Why you think somebody like that Senator Johnson don't need to be checkmated? How irresponsible and reckless I can behave? Morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Craig giving a journey from the Joseph brother to be precise.
You live. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I want to say thank you so much for the show on the discussion this morning. Yeah, one thing I want to say to President Nimba, you know, you have to be very mindful to like kill or call how calling there for Nimba County that demon. You have to be very mindful with that guy. Thank you for the show.
Okay. All right, so thank you. So we're trying to connect now with ELBC from indications they about to host the foreign minister of the Republic of Liberia, Ambassador D. Maswa Sakimea, who is going to speak on the Monday's transition process or ceremony and process and protocols leading to that. He will also talk about. So while we're making efforts, I'm sure we can leave it here. So like we said, thanks to all of you, our callers, and sorry to those who even tried making their way but did not go through. Sorry, we hope we can accommodate you the next time. So we've sat here and said what we say. We are not against anyone. You know, the reason we media practitioners are being called, or we are always called watchdog, is because we should be the ones watching over the society. We should be the one to be following things happening in our society and be able to checkmate the workings of leaders of our country. And Nimba is of no exception. Senator Johnson is of no exception. For every time we believe and think that there are things being done outside of the scope of operations. Okay, so yes. So every time there is things being done outside of the scope of operation of those elected officials, will checkmate them, bring them to light so that you, the public, can have a take on what it is and know for yourself. Again, in Nimba, there is a need that care is taking in that county. If not, something might escalate over there that will not be good for the image of the county and even our country at large. So let me take this break from Crime Stoppers Liberia right here. So we can see Crime Stoppers Liberia right here. We'll come back. Maybe we can connect with the state radio to bring you the appearance of the foreign minister.
About music. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Tell it can't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must talk it. I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Many thanks for rejoining us here on the program. So, yes, we just got informed by management that we will not again be relaying the state radio where Ambassador Kimia is expected to speak to issues relating the transition ceremony. But so, in place of that, we can continue here with the program. The Freedom Morning Rise here on Freedom 87.9. And of course, my name is Hagar on this Friday. Yes, it's always good that we sit here. Like I was saying, we don't hate any leader of the country, or we don't have. I'll always tell people I'm not one of those young people who can easily be bought for any reason. And that is why, even if you ask my own boss, the old man Sam Cyan, and even Abraham William, they will always tell you, say, sometimes I'm in the building, but to go to your boss, giving them hell and other things, no, I don't believe in that. So every time I sit here and say things, I say things with evidence. That's why I show you video, I show you images this morning and read conversation that were sent to me from the county by individuals. That's why we sat here to talk about. That is it. So we will always sit here and checkmate people. Even during the we as administration, we sat here. There were people who were working in we as government, and we sat here. We checkmated them, and we called them to order. And some of you understood what we said, and you bought the idea that we don't, not because we are believed or perceived to be supporting a particular person, so we should allow anything to just happen at any time, and we don't checkmate these people. I'm one person who respect all of those individuals from the country. I respect them all. That's why all of them are my friends. All of them. Don't mind the thing we're saying. All of them are my friends. We can lecture. I can call them. We can speak. We do things. But when we think that your actions and attitudes have the ability to undermine the image of our country and our country, then we'll have to put aside a friendship and call you to order. Because myself here, I want a very good job. I want to see that the management of this station can get contracts, that it can be able to give me to increase salary, to give me the life that I want to live, to help. All of these things. All of those things can only be done if we ensure that companies are brought here, and the company will not come under such a hostile environment where people will just get involved and think that they are the gods, they are the ones owning a particular country or property or resources in that country. When these things are happening, then the investors will start to get baffled, they will start to be afraid to come into this country. So even our young guys in Nimba, I must say here clearly, like the Piles and even all of those people involved in that hostile action and attitudes, we can always sit and the only thing we can say is it's always good to find a dialogue in everything. Because when we find dialogue, it will help us to understand the root cause of a particular issue, and it will help us to know how we can engage that and work to amicably handle that issue. But if we just sit and believe that because, yes, we got the police under our control, we got people who are working in the police under our control, we got the contacts and connection, and so we should get involved into hostile actions and activities. No, then we are doing it against the interests of our very selves. Because you may be receiving 100, 1,000, 2,000 from those officials who are inciting you. But you should know that that is not enough to serve you and serve your generation yet to come. So you can't be thinking that you're benefiting today and damaging the future of your country tomorrow and damaging the future of your unborn children or even the ones you've born. To sit and say because this person, Bill Murphy, is not from Nimba, so Bill should not be the general man or the administrative manager of Interlog. No, it should not be the case. But Bill should instead be questioned based on his educational qualification, or Bill should be questioned based on his performance, on his experience at job. And in fact, let's just clear this. Bill Murphy is a gear man from Nimba. Yes. Bill Murphy, the one you're fighting today, go back, do your investigation. Bill Murphy is a gear man from Nimba. And it's just that when some of us leave from the country, we come up, we get adapted to system, we push towards the interests of our country and the country. That's why you see people like Bill. Bill and I have sat. Bill is a born gear man. Not because somebody do fuck off, they can't speak. Yeah, so because of this, we can't sit and fight. Even if Bill is not from Nimba, we should not be fighting a particular person because the person is not from this country. So imagine now Ohega Gonda leave from Ganta or leave from Nimba. He got his education, he got a qualification it takes to work at a particular institution. I leave from here, go to Maigibi, leave from here, go to Bassa, leave from here, go to Cape Mount. Then the people there are telling me, because I'm a Nimbayan, though I am qualified, I got the experience, but because I'm a Nimbayan, I should not be working there. You think it make any sense? You think it make any sense? Then why should we be allowing the Indians, the Lebanese, we should be allowing them to come and start making business in our country? So all of these things, we have to get away with some of our attitudes. I said it the last time here, and I was clear about that. We can't be sitting here and thinking that we're pushing the interests of our country, and then why others are undermining the interests of our country. It's very terrible for our country. It's very, very terrible. We fought war in this country. The fight here is the war that was fought in this country and things that were done during the course of the war. Anyone who wants to come to Liberia, they will always have their minds reflected on things that were done. They will have their minds. It's almost like, I told people, I say there are people who can forgive. People will always forgive you for your action towards them. But they find it difficult to forget, to the extent that for every little thing you do after your first action that they got record of, for every action that you exhibit, anything that you do, they will always reference your past and will question your person on that. So that's why you should not be doing that. Liberians, we say we fought war here, we damaged our country. Yes, people know us, the international community know us, they know that we fought war, but there are countries who fought war And they've been able to put their broken pieces together. And today, when you enter in those countries, they tell you, say the country fought war, you will not believe it. The Rwanda we talk about, the Rwandan genocide, talk about war in that country. But look at Rwanda today. Can we compare Liberia with Rwanda? So all of these things, countries around us here in Africa, West Africa, fought war, but they put aside that bitter past and working together. Why we always want to dwell on this issue of tribalism? Hagar is not a Gio man, so Hagar should not be doing this. They should be a Gio. Why is that? Then if that's the case, then we should not be telling our children, our parents should not be forcing her to go to school. Our parents should only be, yes, I'm a man, I marry a man or woman, I born man or children. Then yes, they can work in Nimba, in any part of Nimba because they are Nimbayans. Or because I'm a Gio man, I should marry a Gio woman and we born Gio children. Then that should be the case. So they forget about educational qualification and things. They forget about that and yet take the tribal qualification. Since that's the case, that's what we want to push our country to. It can be done. It's not necessary. So for those young guys, I will always sit here. You know, when I talk about, I sit and feel terrible as always when I sit and talk about my young friends, people who we should all be brainstorming to put ideas together on how we can move this country forward. 20 years ago, people were saying, the youth at that time were the future of the country. Today, the very people that told us that those people were the future of the country, they are still pushing themselves into political powers. So no, the youth of the country are not the future again. The older people are the future of the country. So what are we, the young people, doing to ensure that we can prepare ourselves? When we leave, we go to universities and things. Every day we protest, we misbehave, we ensure that the institutions, administration, abandon classes or cancel classes and all of these things. When we leave and go to a workplace where we are being given the opportunity to serve to serve and earn something for ourselves, we go there every day with protest action. It's not bad. Protest is not bad. But you go there with protest action, undermining the workings of that institution or that company you're working for. And then now you do it and you start to undermine the work, and the people start to say, maybe we can't keep you any longer, or put you down. So for every day we sit, every day we do bad things, people in the international community lose interest in us. So you see, all of these things. So all of these things is something that is something I get disappointed. I get so disappointed. If we, the young people who call ourselves, and you know the thing about it is, when one young person do something, all of us, the young people, will take that blame. So if a Hagar gonna do something, they will say, why you can see, men can always say, women of these days are not serious, and women will always say, men of these days are not serious. Not necessarily that every one of them or every one of us are not serious, but the experience of that person is causing him or her to say that men or women are not serious. So that is to say, people can normally say one apple spoil the whole tree. So if Nimba is doing something, the action of Nimbayans is undermining the image of our country. It will send a bad signal to the outside world that tomorrow people will not want to come and invest in this country because of the hostile attitude of people from Nimba. They will not say people from Nimba at that time again. It will be Liberians. If Bomi is doing something, Bapolu is doing something, they will say Liberians. So the conduct and attitudes of one country will cover the rest of our country. So you see, we can't be running our country like this. All of us can get contact. And that's one thing I respect my boss. The CEO here, that's one thing I respect him for. He's not one of those persons who you believe because you connected to him, so you go and misbehave or do something and you expect him to take him and call him so he can save you. He can't do it. You call him, he will tell you handle the issue the way you're able to handle it. Don't put him part of it. And sometimes at a certain point, people will think that he's being bad. No. Because if we start to open the windows where all of us can just misbehave because we feel we got connection to him, then he get us free and take us. We will get caught in that. We get caught into it, and we start to always carry on attitudes because we believe that we can call on him and he can get us out of it, whether we're right or whether we're wrong. So with that, this is what this should be the precedent that should be set by every leader of this country, no matter your connection, even the president. If I am connected to you, I'm Hagar, I'm connected to you because you're the president, I believe that I can do anything and go free. No, we are not building a system. So what I will do is, I am Hagar, I got connected, I got connection to the CEO of this institution, so he's always supporting me. When I misbehave, he support me. So now the people that I'm always offending, that people too got their contacts. Though their contact is not as huge as mine, though their contact is not close to authority, but one day that contact will come to authority. And then they too, the people who I was offending before, who I'm offending now, will have the opportunity to have the same contact that I had before. And you know what will happen? Even if I am nowhere around now for that person to pay debt on me, that person will start to pay debt on my children and my grandchildren. So you see how terrible it is for us? We can't be doing this to ourselves. We can't be doing this to this country. We should all start to fight to put hands together and build a system. Not because you think in that country that somebody is working. The entire thing is just about, yes, somebody is working. This person should not be the one. I should be the one. So because of that, you believe that the only way you can get attention is to continuously misbehave and do things that you do. And when you do these things, then you start to present the bad image of the country. You will see people tomorrow, they will start to question the attitude or character or integrity of your child because of the attitude that you exhibited before. That is why during the course of this election, there were some people who worked in government who never had a face to go out and campaign for the president, who by virtue of their connection to the president, people got angry and voted against the president because of the way they presented themselves, because of the way they worked when they were given the opportunity, the way they engaged the citizens, the way they acted to people. We are about to usher in a new government. What have we done to ensure that our country is better? So you just think to elect president and vice president, 73 representatives, 30 senators, you think when you elect them, then eventually the country should start changing? Oh yes, I accept, I believe that too. But the only way that can be done is if they say nobody should throw them here, for example, the police should be able to implement that and not ensure that somebody violate and get them money, then they go. That will not help. If a law is instituted, or is a law, if a law is put in place, is passed, that law should be executed to the full standard, to the fullest, so that I don't think because I have the money, so I will go and misbehave and I will get free by bribing people. No. We can't continue to do these things. We can't continue to live like this. So, as always, as we prepare to usher in this new government, whether you voted the government, you did not vote the government, it's incumbent upon all of us. For us, if you hear me sit here and talk on some officials who are even my friends, if you see me sit here and talk tough on them, I'm not doing it because I hate them. I'm not doing it because I got a personal issue with them. No. I'm only doing it because I feel I will have child or children tomorrow, and I have to start preparing for the future of my children. And that can only be done if the right system is put in place. You really think that everybody will have the opportunity to get their children out of this country to live somewhere? No, not everyone. Even some of those who can afford, they don't have interest in taking their children or their child from here and taking them out of the country, or taking the child out of this country and carrying them somewhere else. No. Some just believe that this is our country. We all can stay here and work together. We all can stay here and put hands together. So my child have to stay here and learn the system. Protest is guaranteed under the Constitution of this republic. So you can go about protesting, but that should be constructively done. And when you protest, there should be reason for which you're protesting, and that reason should be a genuine reason that covers the interest of the entire institution that you're protesting for, or the entire country, or people that you're representing as protesters. It should be in the interest of those people, and not because you got your own personal issue. You won't get work. Bill Murphy, not from Nimba, he working. So yes, you go against the interests of the entire country only because of your personal interest. And the sad and sickening thing here is people will sit and oh my God, okay. So people will sit and say, the sad and sickening things, people will sit and say, oh, and I'm a friend there, I got contact with that person, and I got this, I got that. No, we can't be doing that. Let's try to get away with this. Let's put hands together and work as Liberians. We've come a long way. We've come a very long way. So somebody, you know, I got one pious friend who was thinking that his name is being mentioned. No, now you're on a pious, though. All right, that's my uncle anyway, not yours. So yes. So you see where we are. So we can be doing this to our country. We can be supporting our country. So even you elect government and you can work, you can your side of the bargain, you voted the person, but you should also ensure and work that the person succeed. You should be doing that, and you can't do it putting personal. You can't be doing it and be putting your personal issues above a general interest of the country. No, you can't be doing these things. So there is this. Let me go to this news quickly. It says the Commissioner and Chief Executive Officer of the Liberia Maritime Authority, Len Eugene Nangbe, has resigned the post despite having 2 years remaining in his tenure. So yeah, people have started resigning. Oh my goodness, people have started resigning. Yeah. Yes. Let me see which paper is from Bishop Start. Okay. So Len Eugene Nangwe, the maritime boss, has resigned according to notes here from page. So yes, that is it. That is where we are. This is where our country is heading to. Let's pray for the peace of Liberia as always. Let's engage people. You know, like I said, if the issue going on in Nimba there is not able or amicably handled, And to the extent that the other guys, as they have started threatening too, that they will react. If it happens that way, then things will go astray. Things will go some way that we will not like as people. So that is why we should come here always to call you to order, to call people who are involved in those things, to call them to order. And we want to believe that this can be done if people who are in authority today can get away with that idea, with that thing of always supporting people to instigate violence. We can be doing that. You can be encouraging people to always instigate violence and be carrying out violence around. No. So, yeah, the recount process in Nimba, I hope I can speak to somebody from there. I don't know how far. Yeah, let me see. Let me try to call in that Nimba there. Let me know how far the recount process is, whether we've started already. And wow. So. Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to make effort to speak with people or somebody from the county there to know what's going on when it comes to the issue of the recount in District 4. Yeah, so once I can get somebody from there, trying to speak with some of our media colleagues there in Saniquile, that is up on Nimba. So yeah.
It's about music. There are crowds in many places, in every community.
So let's bring this one down. We'll go back to Crime Stoppers. Yeah, Crime Stopper is our partner. We'll go back to Crime Stopper. But let me just pick this one quickly. This Printers is one of the observers there currently in Saniquile. Printers, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Hey guys, let me say good morning to everybody following the broadcast this morning.
Which part of the
It's
war?
good being on your platform.
Which part of the war you are? You saying good or good evening? Which part of the war you are?
So we've been around the Saniquile belt to follow up with the recount process in electoral district number 4, Nimba County. You know, as declared by both the Board of Commissioners of the National Elections Commission, the ruling was upheld by the Supreme Court. So today is the recount process, and 25 polling places, you know, out of the total of 30 will be considered for the exercise.
Okay, so the vote margin as per what was upheld by the National Elections Commission, the Board of Commissioners, is 5 votes. Am I right?
Yeah, 5 votes between the CDC incumbent, Gompo Kagon, and the MDR and the UP-backed candidate, Ernest Marcia. So Ernest Marcia is in the lead with the vote difference of 5. And, you know, so we have the recount. And
has it started already?
No, the process will be starting anytime soon. So
from the look of things, do you think that this process, how soon do you think this process is going to be completed?
Hopefully maybe today or latest tomorrow, but I trust within the next 48 hours also, you know, we will know the results.
Yeah, almost 10 o'clock now. You're starting the first day. So how sure are we that you'll even start soon? To conclude, maybe should we just say maybe between now to Thursday or maybe next weekend?
I don't think it will last that long because it's just a district, and
yeah, sure.
You have a lot of people, you know, handling the situation.
So from the look of things, you there security presence. I heard people complaining on lack of security presence at the putting, let's say the magistrate office there or the ministerial office in the county. How is the security presence there?
Securities are intact, and normally even without the recount process here, you have security assigned at the magistrate office. Mm-hmm. So, but we were advised that the presence of security be increased, mm-hmm. because we already know how tense the process has been, mm-hmm. From District 4. Okay, and that advice has yielded fruit. Because that's my concern too as well. Because prior to this, we received information that people were planning to burn down the ministerial office, and today that people are going to be in there. I'm just afraid that maybe some disgruntled guys will want to carry out action. So I'm interested in the security presence. Yeah, so we at least via platform and other media outlets across the country. We able to interact with the security sector directly or indirectly. So we hope that they adhere to our call, to increase the security in San Code at the NEC Magistrate Office. Mm-hmm. And beside that, Nimba is a very decent county, and we're not going to give leverage to any group of people to send a very negative signal. I mean,
you forget what I want, because it's currently being doing the country. You instantly put it there. You heard about the issue that happening in Zotapa and all of it. So that won't buy and I say negative image already. So they have to talk about the whole process. Have you been able to see some of the candidates?
Pardon?
Have you been able to see some of the candidates? You see some of them, like Gompu or his supporters, or maybe Marcin and his supporters, or people there?
Oh, I know. I've only been in touch with Honorable Ernest myself and Honorable Cabo.
And I hope he can allow me lay hands on him this morning, so I can just speak his mouth to the ear from him, what's his feelings and what he expects from the process. So
okay.
So let me.
I will forward his number to him immediately after we drop the line.
Yeah,
so that you talk with him.
All right, so please do let me try to talk to him. While waiting for that, I will be speaking with Honorable Gompu Kagon. Thanks for picking my call, Previous.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, that's the process there in Nimba County. Let me try to speak with Honorable Gompu Kagon to hear from him. While I anticipate hearing also from Ernest here on the program this morning. Let me save everybody. Let me do the due diligence to hear from them. The election process in that county, especially that district, was one of the districts that I was very tense in that county during the course of the election. And the recount today, we have to ensure that security presence is increased at that upper ministerial office, so that we can get to hear some terrible news. Because prior to this, people were accusing others of making statements that they will burn down the ministerial office, and some are saying, if it happened, we'll react. We listen to Honorable Gompu Kagon, who decry the low security presence and the threats coming from people in the county, and say, yes, you will react. So we don't want us to reach that far. That's why you see we are here and making sure that we can talk to police, we can talk to state security to ensure that they increase their presence right there. So Honorable Gompu Kagon is on the line this morning. Honorable, sorry, I'm just calling you directly. I'm on the radio. Go ahead. You live on the radio this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Brother Higa, and good morning to the great people of our beloved country, Liberia.
Recount process. You pray for aid, you cry for aid from the hearing officer to the Board of Commissioners, onward to the Supreme Court. You succeeded in your fight. Today is the recount process. What's the feeling like? What do you expect?
I expect transparency. I was crying for justice, and justice was given to us. Mm-hmm. We're going to exercise justice. Mm-hmm. Because violence have nothing to prove.
And you are ambassador of France Stoppers Liberia now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So like what the guardian did in the bush here, that beating people, taking the buses away. It was very, very ugly, very, very bad. And we cannot practice that kind of act. Mm-hmm. Because of that, we went before the hearing office, the Board of Commission, and Sokoko. Mm-hmm. put all the necessary I'll say authority for them. And now and the people are in Sanikule, they are about to start the recount process.
I just spoke with somebody from there. They've not started the recount process yet. But what are you expecting now? What's the...
I expecting victory. And I just want to set the precedent that anytime when such a thing happens, don't take law into your own hand, go to the authority. The authority will prove that yes, we still existing. And I want to just give the glory to God and also thank whosoever that took part in that particular judgment. I just give everything to God. Him only have done mine. The remaining one, along with God now.
God will not go out. If that fullback in here, they're leading you 5-0 already. So if you are to score, then you must ensure that your defense is correct and your opponent will not score any goal, and you too should score at least 6 goals. Yesterday,
I think you saw Egypt and Ghana game. Ghana were almost scoring on themselves. So meaning, I will just be teaching it. Don't worry.
So you need at least.
Even though people will say, oh, because of this, you challenging this, they will still fight you. But I always give it to God that God is there. God will fight them back.
While you're planning for the right thing, you also plan for sometimes the wrong, leave room for the wrong thing. So in case the process goes and you maybe the guy vote increase and you lose the election, will you accept again? I will ask you this question.
You cannot question God. You cannot question nobody. My brother, you cannot do more than your best.
You're right.
Yeah, I cannot go to Equa Code or to I don't know where again. So I believe I will win. If I don't win, it can't be the end of the life.
Honorable, thank you so kindly this morning. You're talking to your people. What you hearing from there? The police, you complained the last time about lack of police presence at the upper ministerial office. You talked to somebody. How is it there?
Yeah, the place saved almost the entire citizen of Nimba, especially District 4. Now.
And that's why police have to be there, because the two opposing sides are going to be meeting there.
This place is secure. I believe that everything still remain intact. When I say everything, I mean the ballot boxes. Yes, because I don't want for people to take a challenge. Oh, go put challenge on. So we'll do this overnight. I just pray that God has blind their eyes of doing that.
So in this process, during the closing of the ballots, the last closing of the ballot boxes, there were seals that were placed on them. The seal had numbers. Your observers were asked to keep down those numbers. Do you have hold of the numbers bearing all of those seal or the on the ballot boxes?
Yeah, you have the sealed number. You have the sealed number.
And you got them there to ensure that you reference them in case of anything that when the seal is read out and you can know it.
Having my COS, my campaign manager, they have it in their hand, and everything will be displayed for record sake and for transparency.
Thank you.
I just told you that all of these things, when God is in it, I think it's a wonderful thing, because we are human and people get different ideas of manipulating something.
You're right about that.
What we have to do is to just trust in God to fight for us.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let me just show you. Talking a couple example. Sometimes when you are living to Kagata, around village there, when you see some ground, you feel that the crowd just looking at how you call it goat, big.
Yeah.
But you will never know that air they put in that ground stomach. So human beings have different way of bypassing things. So I told God that God, I don't mind humanity. Bless me and tell me true.
And let your will be done.
Let your will be done.
Thank you so kindly, Honorable Kagon. We hope to speak to you after the process and wishing you all the best.
Thank you. God bless the nation.
Thank you. He's Nimba County District 4 Representative Gompu Kagon. There, you listen to him. Let me try to speak with NX this morning. I will do him justice this morning. Let me speak to him too. If you will be able to, accept to speak to us on the radio this morning, I won't mind. Yeah, I have not spoken to him. This is my first contact with him. I have not spoken with him before. even all through during the election process. Yes, I'm trying his orange, and I don't know whether it's a network or something else. But again, I'm going back to his Lone Star to try that. I hope, like, seriously, what's that? What was my Lone Star phone? Okay, let me see. So, yeah, I think now I'm getting hold of him. So I'm hoping I can speak to NX Marcin this morning. The announced winner. So. So we got with us, he has consented. We got with us online, Honorable Ernest Marcin. He's on the line this morning to tell us. Good morning, Chief. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me on your show this morning.
Okay, I just spoke with your opponent, Honorable Gompu Kagon, with respect to the issue, the recounting Nimba. You was one of those, your legal team opposed to the recount, but the court upheld the Board of Commissioners ruling, and today you are to the election commission is expected to begin recounting 25 of the 30 polling places in your district. What's the feeling? Well, firstly, how did you consider the ruling from the court?
The first thing is that we felt that the process was illegal.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we had to challenge it to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
But again, we are not the final interpreter of our law. The Supreme Court is.
Okay.
So for whatever the reason we feel that it was necessary to go by the mandate of the High Court.
Mm-hmm.
So for this reason, we are committed to the process, and we hope that NEC will have to do it in a very transparent and expedient manner,
mm-hmm.
so that the issue will be laid to rest.
With the legal challenge that were being posed to the recount process, many had issue with that and felt that probably there was something done in the county that you are not satisfied that when you go to recount, you will not come out as victorious. What's your expectation with regards to the result from the election? You claim that your vote was reduced, I think, by 50 plus, and today you expect that will be added?
So many areas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there were areas that during the third process, we saw that our votes we obtained
mm-hmm.
from the record accounts and the tally sheets we have from the various centers. There were two areas that we raised concern on. And one of those areas having to be basically where we have 59 votes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was reduced to 2 votes on the network side. And then another area again where Kagon had 17 votes,
mm-hmm.
but he was given 27. So we raised those issues, and unfortunately, it was not addressed by the Board of Commissioners.
Mm-hmm.
Though the magistrate had earlier given a ruling
mm-hmm.
stating that yes, it was a topical error from the data clerk,
mm-hmm.
and this error needed to be corrected. But unfortunately, we had to pursue it, and then the Board of Commissioners could not give us attention. So the issue of we resisting the recount, it was not because we have anything sinister that were done in the district. The first thing here is that we won the election with over 72 votes, or at least 72 votes margin.
Okay.
But if you check on the website, it's only reflecting 5 votes.
Wow.
So all of our contention are banned. Please correct our votes that you miscalculated or you misposted on your website. But then the net decided that, okay, for the fact that we complained. And if you look at the ruling from the board, from the hearing officer,
mm-hmm.
it clearly says that because we admitted that, yes, there were irregularities on the net website to 2 polling places,
mm-hmm.
that means there were all irregularities too that were not reflected. So we take exception to it, and the board uphold the decision by calling for recounting the 25 polling percent. So like I said, we were not afraid of recount because we were not the one who conducted the process.
Mm-hmm.
It is NEC and ISTAS who conducted the election. I was nowhere around the process of the election. So
how would I be part of any form of cheating or so, as though I was the one conducting? Our only contention has been the complaint raised by Honorable Cargon. It has no ground, because for the fact that you have this process conducted, the tally was done in 82 out of 84 polling places. Cargon went on air to say that the process was free, fair, and transparent, because at that time he was leading us with over 200 and plus votes. But because of the situation in Lonto that turned the results in the whole district, and this is what brought about this complaint. But when Cargon was leading, there was no complaint of irregularities. And in fact, across the entire district, the magistrate cannot come up to say, apart from a complaint, we wrote about 2 areas. There was no single area during the October 10 election that any candidate filed any complaint of irregularities. So this has been our contention, but not because we're against recount. We just felt that the recount was going to further delay our certification as it did, and we have to resist it through the legal means. But it was not something that we were afraid. And going to the recount is good that it's today. We pray that the process will be peaceful, but we are very, very confident that we will even win with further more votes, because through our analysis of the tally sheets and the record accounts, we feel that there are a lot of, from small misplacement of votes all over on the tally sheets, that this process we feel is going to reveal the reality. So one thing we can tell the public is that we have won the election and nothing can change the number in there.
So just quickly, I want to know from your end, in this game, let's say this is a football encounter that you are playing currently. You're leading your opponent as per the result from the NEC 5 votes. And you to ensure that you become a victorious after the 90 minutes, you must ensure that your defense is better and you can continue the attack from the opponent. In this case now, how prepared? What do you think with regards to the results coming or that will be coming from there? Do you trust that maybe you can score more goals, or because your
our defense is solid?
Says votes can defeat you, Chief.
It's the most sophisticated defense in the entire district number 4. We can assure you that. My team from the very beginning was considered a very small team. They used to refer to us as a small politician. But trust me, my team is the most sophisticated team in the process. So we are very confident that whatever it takes, anybody we want to, we are on top of it already, and we're going to come up victorious.
6 votes can denounce your election and then retain Cargon as the representative. What would be the feeling like, or will you accept if the result
It's not possible. It's not possible.
And you really think so?
It's not going to be possible, because numbers, I don't care what you do, the numbers are there. So what's going to change it? Except if you want to make Cargon winner, you would have just did that a long time ago. But the will of the people shows that we have won the election. So what must we be thinking about? Cargon going to win.
Let's take the worst case scenario, Chief. Will you accept the result?
There is no worst case scenario here, my dear brother. There is no worst case scenario. The numbers on the tally sheet shows that we are in the lead with 72 votes.
Okay.
So what would be the worst case scenario? Are you going to change the number around?
No, not
me. But one thing we are sure of is that this process is about validating and re-verifying the numbers.
Okay, you trust the security system?
Which we have done over and over, and we feel that nothing going to change.
You trust the security system at the ministerial office, because my union are 2 opposing.
They are all humans.
Okay.
That's what I say. Except somebody will have to do something otherwise.
No, I'm talking about the issue.
Once the process is fair and transparent, we know that under no condition that Cargon can win this election.
I'm talking about the issue of maybe commotion between 2 supporters. Mind you, now you will be having your supporters there. Why the honorable himself will be also having his supporter there. So
we have advised all of our people that this issue is not about contention. We have something at stake in this process, right?
Sure.
We are the one in the lead. We are leading, so we are not here to cause for contention. We will only be there to follow the process and make sure it's done according to the rules and regulations that will be laid down.
Thank you. Anything finally before I take leave of you?
Thank you very much for having me. And one thing we want to tell all of our supporters and the entire public is that we are committed to this process and we're going to come up victorious. as it's been speculated that we were planning to burn down the master house and whatever. This is not our doing. This is not our intention. We feel that we have already won the election. There is no other way that we will be the one to be raising contention all over the place. We pray for the peace and the successful conduct of this process, that the people of District Number 4 will have their representation at the level of the 56th legislature. Thank you very much.
Thank you so kindly for picking my call as well.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, he's the pronounced representative from District 4 in Nimba County there, and that's Marcien speaking to us right here. Earlier, you listened to the voice of Honorable Gompu Kagon. They both spoke right here. Yes, that's what we can do. We want to give both sides. That's a level playing field. That's why Omen Samson will always tell us. He say, yes, if you want to talk about something, yeah, you have to ensure that you speak from both sides. Don't be speaking and be biased in what you see. That's what we always do. So, folks, sorry that I cannot pick calls. Oh my goodness, so unfortunate. I know that people want to speak to that issue from Nimba involving the recount, though we had take on the first topic. But yes, we can pick calls. The time check is 2 minutes to 10 o'clock. No, I don't want to violate business protocol here. So that's how I would like to call it a day today on this edition, this Friday's edition of the program, the Freedom Morning Rise, right here. My name is Hager. I'm taking my usual break, and yes, Austin Kawa and Abu Sharif will be here to usher us into the new government. That is on Monday. So until that day, out of this building, thank you for joining us this morning.